Hi, I'm Dawn, and this is where Shabby meets Bling. We are here asking ourselves yet again, what would you make? Well, I know what I'm gonna make, and it all starts with an outdated, unattractive wood mantle clock. And don't be surprised if I'm not trying to slide one little last Christmas in July project at you, because it might happen. It's probably gonna, it's happening.
As always, What Would You Make is hosted by Zaina of OK at Home DIY and Connie of Connie's Woodshop and DIYs. This month's guest host is Amanda from 6 Kids and a Glue Gun. You will find the links to their channels and this playlist in the description box below. Please check it all out. You'll be glad you did. So here we have this outdated, beat up old clock, and I really think this is like maybe a wood shop project for a high school student or something. I don't know, or maybe grandpa out in the shed making something, but she's not real pretty and she is in poor condition. I am going to disassemble her and start her on her path to her new life. I'm taking off the little plastic, yes, they're plastic, numbers, dashes, I should say, numbers and dashes. Now I'm taking the back off and I'm going to basically gut this thing. It doesn't work. The hands are mutilated. Later I tried to straighten one out and it just, nope, no thank you. So we're gonna disassemble the insides and move on to the exterior. I don't want to damage the wood, so I am gently tapping it apart. It is wood glued, but it's not holding very well. At least these parts are not. And the answer to your question of why I'm taking it apart will be answered very soon. Just be patient and stick with me because this thing needs to be in multiple parts. And that's what I'm making happen right now. Once I'm disassembled, I take all the little brads out, and then I need to work on getting that top part off because that does not fit in with my design.
It did not want to come off.
I finally get it. I finally pop it, and I caught it on camera because I had been filming forever. And then I just need to get the nails out of all this as well. I mean, all of it had to be disassembled. Even that weird little, I'm going decorative piece, and that's sarcasm, decorative piece at the bottom that looked like really bad early American. I needed just a clean slate, and then we're heading with this little beauty out to the garage. Now, that's the front and the sides. That's the only 3, hello, I can count, pieces intact. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a full piece. The other piece had a hole in it and it was not from side to side, did not fit properly. So I'm making a new back for it, and the kicker here is that is going to become the front, or I should say a front. So I'm just cutting a piece of glue on to fill that gap. I make a small mark so I know where to trim, line it up on my chop saw, and one quick swipe, and boom. The sides needed to be cut in half as well. As per usual, after totally destroying something, I like to say disassemble, I am reassembling. And those half parts that were cut off of the 3 parts that remained intact are being glued to that piece of luan I just cut. And clamped. Now to secure it with a few brads. So now I'm gluing all the rest of my half pieces back together. I'm basically as my son would say, in a nutshell, I am making 2 fronts. The clock, just think about this clock, and I cut it in half, and now I have 2 clock fronts, and that's pretty much it. And the clock is now just half of the width it was. 2 clock. 2. Because I was so gentle and precise with my disassembly, I had to make another bottom for one of my clocks. No big deal. I had a scrap piece of wood and I cut it out, and there you go. There's the two pieces, the 2 clock fronts. And now a quick sanding and we're ready to decorate these things, at least one of them. I'm going to begin the embellishment of my clock with some inexpensive rocks from the Dollar Tree. And I'm just going to spread them out. I'm going to use the 2 colors of paint that I use to spray paint them to make them look like gingerbread. These rocks are no longer going to be rocks. They will be gingerbread cobblestone. Pretty. Yummy. Whatever. So, what are you doing now, Dawn? Oh, I'm creating an arch for my clock. All right, I'm giving it up. It's not a clock. It is going to be a fireplace for inside my giant gingerbread house. I am doing decor, you know. I am their designer. They have very, very exquisite taste, and I am their designer elite. And they requested a fireplace. Well, they requested 2, you know, it's a big house. So I'm creating an arch, and I am going to start laying my cobblestone onto my fireplace, and I'm going to cover the whole thing, except for, of course, where the wood is going to go, the fire itself. After a basic layout, I am just hot gluing my stones into place, and I am using the larger, flatter, smoother stones to surround the firebox and to go up the sides, and then I'm going to fill in all the field with those tiny, kind of rough little stones, just for variety. It's all about design. Gingerbread design. I am using Old Reliable here. I'm using my white dimensional paint, and I'm basically using this white dimensional paint here as marshmallow mortar for my gingerbread cobblestones, and I'm going to put it in between each and every stone that is laid on this fireplace. Do you love my references? It's real, you guys. This is a real fireplace. Real people are counting on me, gingy people, to make them a beautiful fireplace. Once my stones are all in place and mortared with that marshmallow, I am going to be spraying the entire thing gingerbread color again.
The fireplace itself is complete, all the stones are laid, and she has a fresh coat of gingerbread. She's looking pretty good, I gotta say. But I need to get going on accessories and decor, because no beautiful fireplace is complete without accessories and decor.
You know how all the real fancy fireplaces have like wood things above them, detailing, moldings, and whatnot? So that's what I'm making right now. This Merry Christmas gingerbread cookie that I made last year is going to be kind of like hung over the mantle, but it needs a place to hang. So I'm going to create a wood piece of molding that's going to go above our little gingerbread fireplace. So I traced the gingerbread Merry Christmas cookie out on paper, but I left a little bit of a border around it as I traced it. And then I folded it over, cut it out, cut it out so it would be symmetrical. And now I'm laying that paper on cardboard. And instead of trying to trace it, because you lose your precision, because the paper moves, I am using little hash marks, just chit. And this will help me get a perfect match on my tracing. So here is the end product. I took my cardboard and I traced it onto some Luan and a scrap piece again. Scrappity scrap, love it, keep them all. And you can see how it fits in there lovely. And I'm going to now use my dimensional paint and I'm just going to go around the border. I'm going to make little detail moldings on my molded paneling. And once this is done and totally dry, it's going to get painted gingerbread color. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it? Here are some extra little components that are going to be part of this little project. This little kitty, I got it for $1 at my favorite resale shop. And this I got at Goodwill for $1.49. Beautiful little basket, very sturdy. And I cut out some foam stockings. I just traced a cookie cutter and cut them out, and they're on the little sticks because I painted them white. And these are 2 glittery gumdrops that I made last year.
All the extras are complete. All I need to do now are hang the stockings and gather some firewood, and we can take a sneak peek. But we better hurry before the Gingies get home. Let's go.
Let's start our tour with that gingerbread molded panel detail that I added behind the fireplace so that we could hang our beautiful seasonal greeting. And I did hang our sugar cookie stockings ready for Santa to fill. And if you have a gingerbread fireplace, you have to have candy cane flames, don't you? And of course, cinnamon sticks for logs. And there's Spice, our little gingerbread kitty, and our extra basket of logs, cinnamon logs. Don't forget to check out the entire What Would You Make playlist. You'll be glad you did, you really will. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Share it with your family and friends, especially those that like Christmas decor, or are gingerbread enthusiasts. Ring the bell to get notifications of all my new videos. You can follow me on Instagram. And don't forget to check out my new shop on Etsy. You can support this channel by subscribing, so don't forget to subscribe. And for now, this is Dawn with Shabby Meets Bling. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time.